Hello and welcome to Lancers TV. I'm Stephanie Padilla.
And I'm Wyatt Mitchison.
CBU is made up of people with different walks of life. Today, we gain insight of a professor at CBU and his chosen path. Meet Aram Cho, an online professor here at CBU, who teaches classes from public relations, journalism, and communications. When Professor Cho isn't grading papers or prepping for a lecture, he's most likely out in the field. Cho is also a Sergeant Public Information Officer for the city of El Monte and has been serving as an officer for over 18 years and still finds it exciting. However, he says,
Kind of hard when I have people that I grew up with, people in my own family that tell me how our profession is corrupt or our profession is stained. It's tough when you go out and do an honorable job every day, and yet people think you're in a corrupt profession.
He also tells aspiring police officers,
if you wanted to do this job to get praise and pats on the back, you were in the wrong profession.
Among other things, Aram Cho is also a social media influencer with over 40,000 followers on Instagram and over 100,000 likes on Facebook. However, when he created these pages, fame was something he was not looking for.
I was neck deep in a lot of life-altering projects and problems, I suppose, and I needed an outlet, and someone had introduced me to Instagram a few months prior, and I had a personal Instagram account, and I had made some funny posts and funny videos, and my friends really liked it. And someone suggested that I make a personality page because they thought other people would enjoy it. And I thought, I'm not doing anything else in my life. I needed a creative outlet, and Ferguson had just happened also, and it was a big issue amongst the community and the police.
Cho combines his experiences and personalities into his post, allowing 911 Strong to be an authentic page that shows a new perspective on police officers.
I decided, just being an insider, I knew all police weren't bad. Over my career, I've worked with thousands of noble, morally driven police officers. So I just wanted to get that out there. I wanted to say, if the news isn't going to post positive things about police, I was going to leave it up to myself to post positive things about police on social media. So that's what I did. I started 911 Strong.
With the success of his social media pages, Aram Cho has received new opportunities.
Because I'm categorized as an influencer, it's opened the door for opportunities for me to receive sponsorships, opportunities for me to travel the country and speak at different events.
It's impressive to see people make a difference with the platforms given to them.
And some platforms are more concrete than others. Recently, a Hollywood actress and devout Christian was given a platform to speak for chapel at CBU.
The new Events Center has been home to a number of special chapel speakers. Opening at 8:40 a.m., students scan in for chapel credit and a message about God's calling, a message they won't forget. CBU welcomed Christian Hollywood actress Madeline Carroll with worship and fellowship early that morning.
Welcome now, Madeline Carroll.
She spoke truth, and she was super like honest and very raw and very you know what, the word of God is true, and that's how she feels about it. And I was excited to hear from her, and you could tell it wasn't scripted. She's an actress, but she's not acting. She's not preparing to do this. She's just letting her feelings and emotions and her faith lead what she's talking about, and I really appreciated that.
What a message that was.
Right next door to the event center, the recreational center is under construction, and for students wondering what the noise is about, here's an inside look. The rock climbing wall has been taken down, allowing the rec center to have more space to bring in new equipment. Some of the new machines that have been added are a sled mill and a tire flip. Stephanie Plummer, the rec center director, says,
as CBU has grown exponentially, we needed to create a bigger space for the amount of students that are coming in here. So just did the best we could to increase our footprint.
The gym is going to be crowded from here on out. And that's not the only place on campus that's crowded. The ADC has been quite full.
The Alumni Dining Commons is the main residential restaurant of CBU. Its Sunday brunch has recently experienced an increase of attendance. Known for its art-crafted foods, students, locals, and non-local residents visit to share in the experience.
Okay, so I'm from Los Angeles. What brought us here was my uncle's birthday. One of my nieces, she comes to this, and so we all just got together to celebrate his birthday here. It's great. I love it. It's good food.
Regardless of having to share a space with the public, some students do not have an issue with it.
Everyone gets along well. People treat each other like family. I say hi to whoever. Honestly, it's fine.
What a way to spend time Sunday afternoon.
Don't forget to wash your hands after brunch. Did you know washing your hands is more important than you think? Reporter Azucena Orozco tells you why not washing your hands is leading you to blame others for your upset stomach.
Growing up, you washed your hands frequently, most likely because your parents made you. As adults, we find that we don't need to wash our hands as often as we should. We sometimes even forget. According to a survey conducted in 2015 by the Initial Washroom Hygiene Company, 62% of men and 40% of women do not wash their hands after going to the restroom. On average, we carry 200 million bacteria on our hands just after using the restroom. This bacteria isn't just contacted in the restroom, but also on dollar bills, credit cards, and keyboards. In fact, 16% of cell phones have fecal matter. That's right, fecal matter. There are many illnesses linked to eating food prepared and consumed by unwashed hands. Some of these illnesses are neuroviruses that cause vomiting, diarrhea, and hepatitis A. Alex Applegate, a senior public relations major who works as a waitress at a local restaurant, says that she has to wash her hands frequently at her job.
Yeah, so as a server at Yard House, I actually just got my food handler's license renewed. You have to renew it every 2 years. So I just went through that whole process like 2 months ago. And you're supposed to wash your hands every time you change activities. So as a server, if I was running someone's food to their table and dropped it off, and the next thing I was doing was gonna go take someone's order, I should wash my hands after that just to ensure nothing is spread ever. And vice versa, if I'm taking back dirty dishes from a table to the kitchen and then I'm going to go take someone's order, I should also be washing my hands then. And there is also the rule that if you use the restroom during your shift, you have to wash your hands in that restroom that you used, and then you have to wash it again when you get back to your station. So we have a separate sink over by the server station that we also have to wash our hands with, so you get that kind of double safety net.
For CBU students, this won't be a problem. Provider is dedicated to serving premier food quality.
At CBU, no, I haven't. It seems very clean here, very nice. So,
whether you are serving food or eating food, make sure to wash your hands before, especially right now with the flu season just around the corner. For Lancers TV, I'm Azucena Orozco.
It's time for your Lance Up Sports Update. Sydney, how's it going?
Thanks, Stephanie. What a great start to Division I it's been for our Lancers. CBU Athletics are competing in the Division I Western Athletic Conference, WAC, for the first time. Women's volleyball secured their 20th win of the season against California State University Fullerton. The Lancers had an outstanding season in their first year competing in Division I, finishing top 4 of the WAC. CBU Wrestling came home with their first Division I win after winning 7 of 10 matches against California State University San Luis Obispo. The Lancers set an attendance record versus Ohio State with 3,252 fans in attendance. This was the first ever event held by the wrestlers in the event center. Men's water polo came home with the win after beating University of California Irvine in their last regular season game. Lancers ended their regular season with a 22-10 record, which is their best record in an NCAA season. Now that regular season is over, the Lancers will be heading into the Western Water Polo Association tournament. Men and women swim and dive are in season. Lancers Brandon Schuster and Emily Durkinson earned WAC awards in their seasons. with Schuster being named Men's Swimmer of the Week one time and Durkinson being named Women's Diver of the Week 3 times. If you're staying local over break, make sure you catch your Lancers in action competing in the Lancers Invitational. Women's and men's basketball seasons are just now taking off. Women's basketball's Brittany Thomas came off the court with a double-double, having 19 points and 13 rebounds in their first game against Idaho State. Our Lancers claimed their first win against Long Beach State, having an 85-83 win. Women's basketball has a long season ahead of them and need your support. You can catch your Lancers in a crosstown rivalry against University of California, Riverside. Men's basketball opened their season with a record-setting crowd of 5,089 people in attendance. The large crowd got to witness their first win as a Division I team. The Lancers had an exciting first actual game against another Division I opponent, Oral Roberts. Men's basketball's own Milan Aqua hit a game-winning half-court shot with 5 seconds left remaining in the game. The game-winning shot was featured at the #1 spot on SportsCenter's top 10 plays of the day. His consistent performance has led him to be named Men's Basketball Player of the Week. That's all for your LanSub Sports Update. Until next time, I'm Sydney Rocket. Wyatt?
Thank you, Sydney. The NFL is in full swing and we're starting to close in on the playoffs. Sitting at the top of the AFC is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs has been almost unstoppable this year, thanks to second-year quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He's also an MVP candidate. Mahomes has been putting up record-setting numbers, throwing 37 touchdowns to only 10 interceptions and 3,628 yards. He's currently on pace to have 50 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and 5,081 yards. This would only put him 396 yards and 5 touchdowns behind Peyton Manning's record-setting year back in 2013. The rest of the AFC playoff picture looks like this. Sitting in the 1 seed, the Kansas City Chiefs. The 2 seed, the Steelers, who are on a 6-game win streak. 3, the Patriots, who have struggled on the road. 4, the Houston Texans on a 7-game win streak. 5, the Chargers. And 6, the Ravens, who just recently started rookie QB Lamar Jackson in place of Joe Flacco. Moving to the NFC, the Rams sit on top, although the Saints, the one team that they've lost to, could move up to the 1 seed with a win in Week 12. But for now, the Rams are on top. Rams running back Todd Gurley is on pace to break the touchdown record by a non-quarterback, formerly set by Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson. The NFC playoff picture is as followed. 1, the Rams. 2, the Saints, who are on a 9-game win streak. 3, the Bears, who could win the division for the first time in 8 years. 4, the Washington Redskins, who just lost their quarterback Alex Smith to a broken leg. 5, the Panthers. And 6, the Minnesota Vikings. The NBA is off to a great start this year. We're seeing second-year players break out, stars become superstars, and unusual faces become playoff contenders. Although this is older news, all-star forward and guard Jimmy Butler was traded from the Minnesota Timberwolves to the Philadelphia 76ers in exchange for Robert Covington, Dario Saric, and Jared Bayless, and a 2022 second-round pick. Jimmy Butler expressed long ago that he did not want to play in Minnesota due to the lack of work ethic from young players Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. After many months of this drama, it has finally ended. Jimmy Butler seems to love Philadelphia so far. Staying in the East, the Washington Wizards reportedly want to blow it up and trade away their star players. The Wizards have had chemistry issues for about 7 years. Stars John Wall and Bradley Beal have never gotten along, and it has seemed to affect their play on the court. After some success over the past years with many playoff appearances, the Wizards have hit a wall. They aren't good enough to contend for a title, and they aren't bad enough to get a high draft pick and get a star player. The Wizards want to get rid of all this drama and start over. Kemba Walker. Hornets guard Kemba Walker has been willing his team to victories. Kemba Walker has been on fire all season long, averaging 29.6 points, 6.6 assists, and 4.4 rebounds. In a loss to the 76ers, Kemba Walker dropped a franchise record 60 points, outscoring his whole team. And the night after, Kemba scored 43 points and hit the game-sealing 3 to win over the Boston Celtics. That's all for your pro sports update. Next, we have Diana Corona with Lancers Noticias.
Muchísimas gracias. Hola y bienvenidos a Lancers Noticias. La Navidad se apronta y CBU celebra así. Veamos. La Navidad se acerca y es justo la temporada perfecta para compartir fotografías, risas y momentos íntimos e inolvidables entre la familia. Justo por eso CBU encendió la música en la multitud, con ritmos navideños mientras esperaban las luces del infame árbol. En la cuenta de 5, 4, 3, 2 y 1, el árbol brilló con cientos de luces multicolores. Yo pienso que a veces con el estrés de los exámenes, esto es un recordatorio del nacimiento de Jesús. Es un tiempo para unirnos entre amigos y familia y compartir el espíritu navideño en esta temporada del año. El ambiente se siente demasiado acogedor. Eso concluye nuestro segmento de Lancers Noticias. Ahora tenemos a London Winters con unos consejos de belleza. Les deseamos una bonita Navidad y un próspero año nuevo. Para Lancers Noticias, yo soy Diana Corona.
Graduation is just around the corner, and with that comes a lot of preparation, especially for us ladies. From the dress to the hair to the perfect pictures, today we're going to talk about what is probably the most important part of our look, our makeup. Graduation day can be long, overwhelming, and emotional. That's why it's so important that you are using the correct products so that your makeup lasts all day. The most important step for makeup is your base, which is making sure you have the right products for your skin. We're going to start off with primer first. Next, we're going to be moving on to foundation. The key to having a good foundation look is making sure the foundation color matches your neck, and that is full coverage so that it lasts all day. I'm just gonna blot this on your skin in just different places. Now we will move on to concealer. Graduation ceremonies are normally in the morning, so make sure to cover up those tired under eyes. Baking is crucial when it comes to long-lasting makeup, so make sure that you place some setting powder wherever you concealed. And we're just gonna go in with the Laura Mercier powder. I also like to use the Airspun powder, which is drugstore brand. You can get that at Walmart or Walgreens, and it has the same effect as the Laura Mercier. You probably won't have a lot of time in the morning, so you should stick to products that can be multi-use. For example, your bronzer can be also used as an eyeshadow for a more natural look, and your highlighter can be used to add some shimmer to your eyes. If you want to spice up your look from just the natural eyeshadow from the bronzer, you can always go ahead and get a deeper brown shade and smoke it out even more for your big day. To finalize your look, lock it all in place by using a setting spray. If you don't have a setting spray, cool trick I like to do is use hairspray, but only if it's in an aerosol can. So I'd use that as my setting spray. That's it for your look. Your makeup should be set and ready to last all day long. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, I'm London Winters.
To close our show, we have a special feature for a special student at CBU.
Hello, my name is Shakaya. We first created Be a Voice in 2016. We want to advocate for children in the system in a way that they can live their lives knowing, yeah, I lived in foster care, but I'm not a foster kid. This is where I came out of. I grew up in the group home. You know, I jumped from foster home to foster home. I do have God on my side, you know, and God can raise up anyone.
To learn more about this story, stay tuned for the publication of Angelos in April 2019. That's all for our Lancers TV show. Thank you for joining us. It's been our pleasure.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Lancer Media Group. Goodbye.